So he's got a lot of experience with this, but I do too. And before you go into space, you're in quarantine. So quarantine on Earth. So I've done that a number of times. So I know a little bit about what it's like. I think it's important that you have a certain kind of approach to this experience.
What would be some advice that you could give just the average Arizonan right now who is in quarantine or they are isolating in this whole social distancing thing? Any tips or any advice?
Well, one thing is I think it's really important that you try to maintain a schedule, to get up at a certain time, to not lose those other things that you had in your life before, like a certain wake up time, doing certain things during the day, and to try to follow that schedule to some extent, but at the same time, try to inject some variety, make sure you get some exercise if that's something you would normally do before we had to isolate ourselves. So I would say that that's important. Also, try to find some kind of a hobby, something to occupy that free time. Maybe try to learn something new, maybe become better at photography, learn a new language. Crew members that spend a lot of time in space, they try to bring some sort of a hobby with them. I'd say most importantly is to try to stay connected. When we're on the International Space Station, it's really important that we stay connected with friends and family on the ground. Here, when we're isolated in our houses, or an apartment, we can do the same thing. We can try to use technology to stay connected. On the space station, we have a phone, kind of nice. You can't make calls up to the space station, but crew members in space can make calls down. And I think